Mass Effect, BioWare's galactic RPG franchise about gathering a team of humans and aliens to save the world, and has about as weird a history as one could expect in a series whose first entry was published by Microsoft. The first controversy on our hand, from the first game too, is just as weird, as it centers around the optional conversation paths one could make with their Mass Effect crew that could turn romantic, or even sexual. These sex scenes aren't anything to write home about in terms of how much detail is shown, as evident by the game's ESRB rating, but some conservative outlets, Fox News included, got the impression that these scenes were showing all the goods, and this was another example of the game industry trying to corrupt the minds of our youths with their consensual lovemaking. Obviously, these complaints were criticized and ridiculed by literally anyone who had played the game, and the likes of Jeff Keighley and Jack Thompson. Yes, that Jack Thompson. It makes sense, because at least he would actually know what this kind of stuff looks like, but we'll get to that later. Not much really came out of the situation, although Singapore did not like the alien sex that much, so they ended up banning the game in that country, but this all pales in comparison to the series' most notorious controversy. The trilogy saw its last entry released in 2012, and the highly anticipated conclusion to it all was instead met with confusion. Without spoiling the exact details, the series' choose-your-own-adventure mechanics that carried over the entire series ended up not really mattering much when it came to choosing the conclusion, and folks were not happy. BioWare would later release an extended cut to mixed reception, and some fans ended up making their own mods to improve those endings. But more than a decade later, this is probably the biggest thing that anyone who hasn't played any of these games knows of the series for.